I wanted to talk a little bit more in depth on what it means to do the work within the confines of a twin flame mirror soul connection. I have stated previously that if both don't do the work, that the idea of both twins coming together in a union, in a physical union in the three-dimensional world of whatever kind that is, whether it's a collaboration, a partnership of some kind, companionship, romantic relationship, friendship, it doesn't matter what that union is, right? But they can't successfully come together if both twins don't do the work. Because doing the work does not mean that you go through this journey and become fully healed, and your twin also becomes fully healed, and that's when this union happens. Maybe there is an end where someone is fully healed, but what it really is coming to a point where you've worked through enough of your fucking bullshit to actually be in relationship that is healthy and communicative in a way that you can manage the triggers that are inevitably going to come up within that twin dynamic. Because the thing is, your twin will always trigger the deepest set things in you, no matter what those are. That's part of the point. And if you're in a completely toxic situation, that's probably not your twin. If you're in something that just seems like you can't get on the same page, whatever that page may be, like if you know that you're not in just some fucking toxic karmic situation, you're not dealing with a fucking toxic ass person, then yeah, they're gonna trigger the shit out of you and out of all of the instabilities that your foundation is built on, because they're meant to. They're meant to shake that stuff up. Whatever comes up for you, that's where you should be focusing. That's what you need to look at. For me, it was the way that I am in relationship, the overgiving. I have always been way too overgiving. It was the over-explaining. It was the holding on to people when they wanted to walk away, or being more invested than someone else is. It's not laying down the expectation of reciprocity in relationship. And that's all relationship. The amount of friendships that I have lost in the last few years is shocking. I've never experienced so much loss in my entire life. It was like dominoes. It was like watching dominoes fall. And what I'm left with is a very small group of people. But what I know about that very small group of people is they give a shit about me, they care about my betterment, and they're willing to grow with me instead of staying stagnant. And that is what I've come to realize I require in relationship. If you are not willing to grow, I cannot be in relationship with you. I can be in acquaintanceship with you. I can be in a lot of other collaborative efforts with you, but I cannot be in relationship with you. That's my biggest thing. And it was like a lot of what I needed to understand about myself. But also, for me, I had so much self-worth work to do. The thing is, I wasn't like, I didn't even go through anything that was like most people would think is just horribly traumatic. I didn't go through that with my twin. But the dynamics that did happen triggered the shit out of my self-worth, out of my ability to perceive myself outside of someone else's perception of me, or what I assumed someone else's perception of me might be. And if I hadn't had that opportunity, that trigger, like, I say this, like, anytime people have asked me about my story, I am always ecstatically grateful, because there's nobody else on this earth who could have triggered the things in me that this triggered, because I got into a point where nothing people did fazed me anymore. And I didn't actually allow people to get close enough to truly hurt me, to truly trigger in me the depths of my insecurities, the depths of my lack of boundaries, the depths of my anxious attachment. Nobody, not a single person on this earth could have triggered that in me. It had to be my twin. It had to be. There was no other way. And I needed it, because I needed to unlearn that shit. I needed to let that shit go in order to be my fullest self and embody my highest path, which, has been criticized by people I thought were friends. And at this point, I don't give a fuck. Criticize my path. Maybe I don't meet your expectations or your standards of what you think I should be and where I should be and what I should want. But I am very fucking solid about who and what I am. So yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify about on the twin flame journey. If it is ever going to have a chance of coming together, both parties need to get to a point, work through their stuff enough to get to a point where they can show up in a relationship of whatever kind that happens to be. You can't have a relationship with someone who's not showing up.